Hello house, today I welcome you to this episode. Welcome to my channel. My name is Oparachidozie Kingsley. I share content or I teach people, give people information and teach them how to act and what to do as regards to traveling abroad. Whether you want to travel through job routes, whether you want to travel through academic route, whether you want to, whichever means, especially these two means are the two legal and most efficient way of traveling abroad. So if you are looking for information as regards to this I've just mentioned, stick to this channel, go through the videos we've made on this channel and they will help you a lot. I come to you today with a good news, right? Yeah, a very interesting news. I kind of want to do it like a gospel because it's actually what we needed. Every parent in Africa, every young person in Africa needs to hear this. It is very, very important. And what is that thing I want to talk about? I want to share to you the ways, things, information that can help you to achieve your dreams of traveling abroad. You that have a degree, you that have certificates, and you're thinking that these are the only way to travel, these are the easiest way to travel, listen to this video and see why you need to have a rethink. Today, I want to share with you 13 solid, neglected skills that are even valued more than a degree, right? And that is why I urge you to stick to this video to the end, so that I'll list this, I wrote it down here, I'll list the skills. When I list them, I will tell you how much these skills are making, that are even more than what you will make when you japa with that your certificate, that your degree, right? If this is what you want to hear, why don't you stick to the end of this video? The last point, the last what's it called, skill I'm going to be listing here will be so funny to you. It will be so amazing. It will amaze you at the amount this particular skill makes, right? But when you see it in your locality, you look at the people doing this skill as people who are not doing well, right? Because these skills are neglected in Africa. Now these skills are now in high demand abroad. So listen and listen carefully. Guys, let's dive into it and learn. Yeah, the first skill on my list here is welder, right? Welding job is one of the most in-demand job in our contemporary time in Canada, in US, in Australia, in Germany, in Finland. Name the country that you can think of in Europe or America that doesn't need a welder these days, right? It is in a very high demand. The next one here is mechanics. Is either you are auto mechanic, you are whatever mechanic you are. These mechanics make a lot of money. Can you imagine that a welder makes a lot of money? I'll come to tell you how much a welder makes in a year in abroad, right? So the next one is barber, right? People who cut hair. You know, these skills, we neglect them that they are nothing. They are nothing, but when you look at it abroad, they are in high demand. Currently now, Canada is looking for barber. Do you understand? Do you know how much it costs to cut a hair, to cut one person's hair? Do you know how much it costs? Browse about it and come back to give us what you found out. Now, look at the next one, hairdresser. If you're a female, right, you know how to make hair. You are going to be earning higher than you can ever imagine. The next one on our list, the fifth one is plumber. Plumbing job is one of the in-demand job these days, but people look down on it. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't cost you anything to get these skills. These skills are very, very important. I'll still come back to that when I'll be telling you, when I will, expose our eyes to the things we need to be doing, even when we have our degree. This is something you know, or something I can tell you that will pay you more than your degree. Then the sixth one is electrician, right? It is good for you to have that particular skill as an electrician, right? Electricians are in high demand all over the world. And if you have the skill, it can help you to japa faster, even more than a degree, as long as you're not going for studies, right? And I keep telling people, please listen to me. I am not telling you this to a kind of bring your spirit high or bring it low. I am telling you this because it is just a simple truth, right? Anybody telling you that, traveling abroad, through academic route is the cheapest. It is one of the most expensive, if I may say, except you have a scholarship and you know what it takes for you to get a scholarship. Through job is the easiest way to get to abroad. The only difficulty there is just to find that particular job and get employed. When you get it, you have an edge even over somebody who is studying, right? Because why that person is actually going for studies just for him or her to have that room, to have that particular chance to get into the country, study. After studying, what is the end benefit of that particular study? He will still come back to work, right? So you that is going straight to work, you have a better chances of making it faster than a person who is still going for studies. So guys, if you want to travel through that job route, look at the skills I'm listing here. It is very, very important and going to help you a lot. Now the next one is chef. Our advice for guys, chef, you can be a chef, whether you're a guy, you're a lady, chef or cook, anyone you call it, right? Those skills are high in demand, especially in Australia, in New Zealand, right? In Austria. I know of a friend of mine, a lady, so to say, a lady. I started making application. The process of making this application, we met. She sent me her CV to review her CV for her, right? After reviewing CV for her, I was encouraging her, telling her what to do, how to go about it. I brought up this strategy of sending direct emails to companies that want to hire you than just ordinarily submitting an application. As God may have it, I got my own contract. After a month or thereabout, she got her own contract as well. But the funny part of it is that she was in Austria. She got that contract in Austria, and she got to Austria before me going to Finland, right? She got to Austria before I could even finish processing before I could even get my Finland's resident permit approved. How? Her employer was the one who even got her job permit in Austria, and every other expenses she made. The little one she made is just get her document and flight ticket, right? The resident permit card was gotten for her by her employer. And what job did she apply for? She applied for the position of a chef, and she got the position as a demi chef in Austria. Right now she's in Austria, right? One of those days, by the special grace of God, I'm going to bring her live here so that all of us will hear her testimony. So guys, the next one is cleaning job. Most especially in Finland, this can give you a resident permit in Finland. Apply for cleaning job. It's not most. One thing we don't understand is that we look down on all those things, but they're actually the thing that is going to give you that pathway to get into Finland. In Finland, most courses in Finland are free of charge as long as you can speak the language, right? You can just upgrade yourself by doing 1 or 2 courses, and then you change your career, right? You change a career in it. That's just it. But for now that you are here, the most important thing is for you to first of all leave the current situation you are, and then find something else to do. Then the next one, guy, is forklifting. Yes, I have many people who have the forklifting skill, and yet they are still dwelling where they are, not knowing. The only thing that keeps us away from what we actually want is information and our ability to act on those informations we've gotten. That is just it. When you match an opportunity and match information with the required action, you get the required result. Guys, the next one is the 10th skill is driving skill, or probably you look for truck driver's job, you look for driving job. Even if not, if you are able to find yourself in European country, one primary thing you should know first is how to drive. With that, you can never be stranded. You can either do both, you can either anything at all, taxi. Do you understand? As long as you have that driving skill, it is very, very important. I want to say this for everybody that wants to travel abroad. If you have not started working, or you have started working on your process of traveling abroad and you don't know how to drive, you are missing a lot. You are making a terrible mistake. please learn how to drive for yourself. You may not necessarily drive to make money, but it is a prerequisite out there. Please, it is important that you learn how to drive before you travel. Then the next one is carpentry. Carpentry job is very, very important. It's in demand out there. We look down on them. Those doing carpentry job here, we look down on them. Guess what? How much they earn. I'll come back to that. Listen and listen very carefully. Then the 13th one, but not the least, is what? Masonry job. Some people call it bricklaying, right? Masonry job pays a lot, guys. It pays a lot. For instance, let me name the amount. A mason earns, according to the statistics released in 2021, right? I'm using these statistics to tell you how much all the skills earn in a year. It's equivalent in dollars, right? Now, a masonry worker earns a whooping sum of $61,430 per annum in a year. A mason, somebody who is laying blocks, right, who is doing masonry job, is earning $61,430 a year, right? Convert that to your local currency and tell me how much it is. Now, a carpenter, somebody who is doing carpentry job, is earning on average, the average is what I'm telling you. Some people earn up to $100,000, $100,000, but I'm telling you on average, the average amount they earn is $48,260 per annum in a year, guys. Somebody who is earning this kind of money, even if you minus tax and every other expenses he has to make, convert it to your local currency and tell me how much it is. Now, a chef or a cook, in average, they make an average income of $60,000, guys. $60,000 in 1 year. Convert it to your local currency and still comment on the comment section and tell us how much it is in your local currency. Now, a plumber, guess how much? Jesus. A plumber in abroad makes a whooping sum of $59,880 on average in 1 year, while a an auto mechanic makes a whooping sum of $61,260 in 1 year. A welder, however, makes an average of $64,290 on average. Some welders, for instance, some welders in Australia, they make up to 100, they make up to 90, depending on the field you focused on. Do you understand? Welding have so many diverse fields that you can focus on. It has so many diverse fields that you can work on. You can work in so many areas, right? The one you specialize on depends on how much you're going to earn. But on average, they make $61,260. So guys, this is this is an eye-opener. The advice I will give now is this: if you are a parent, the worst thing you can do to your child in Africa here is to send that child to school just to go to school alone. These days, our certificate necessarily doesn't matter much. What matters is what can we be able to do. People look at your capability. Make sure that child has a skill. If you're a parent listening to me, it is very important. It is even better for me. I prefer my child to have a skill and have an average education than for my child to be well educated and doesn't have even one single skill. It is very bad. So every parent in Africa must make sure that you equip your child with a skill. And this is the reason why we are where we are today. Most of the courses we're doing here in Africa is just theoretical. You see somebody who studied mechanical engineering and he cannot be able to use his hand to do the practical work. But if you call him on the theory aspect of it, he will do everything and even teach you. Do you understand? But when you ask him to come and do it practically, it becomes a problem. And that is why you must equip your child with a skill. It is very important. And that particular secret, I learned it years ago. Before I got admission to study in the university, I first of all went to apprenticeship program. I did a 5-year apprenticeship program in welding and fabrication before I started. When I started my studies, it was the money I realized from doing welding work that I used in training myself in school, right? My parents didn't spend a dime during my time in school. The money I realized from my skill was what I used in training myself. So that skill also helped me now to travel abroad. Not my education, not my academic. My academic added on my thinking, on my reasoning, on how I look at things, on my judgment, on my overall person. But as for other opportunities, my skill opened other opportunities for me. Many people have been able to meet today through work, right? That is just that. So it is very, very important you equip your child. If you're a youth listening to me, if you are a person who is trying to japa, who is trying to travel abroad, whichever age you are, please learn a skill. Look at all those skills I've mentioned. Especially IT as well is very, very important. Learn a skill, add it up to your degree, and see how things works out best. Right? See how things turns around. It doesn't necessarily matter whatever degree you must have acquired. Skill speaks more volume than degree these days, and that is what I want to open our eyes to. As you have watched this, I pray that you see what I'm saying as regards to having a skill, and also share this information so that those that need this information will get it. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe. Share this information to those who need it. Don't hoard it. Don't hoard it. I'm giving it free of charge. My aim of giving out this information is so that I can help someone out there who is down, who is waiting for this information to survive, to as well survive and achieve his or her dreams. Thank you so much. My name remains Kingsley Okpara Chidozie. See you in my next video. Bye.